really appreciate your effort, your support to us, joining this call as well. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. In this call, we have Gavin. Gavin is a managing director and also chief opportunity creator for Cloudify.Asia. I have a technical champion, Mr. Rangkwan, RK, Cloud Transformation for Cloudify.Asia, and Ryan. Ryan is our so-called partner transformation leader, right, to Cloudify.Asia, right? So team, the objective of this call is to get some feedback or maybe opinion, perhaps some advice from cloud leader like you to people out there, or maybe they can be our community or can be business owner or maybe the cloud service provider in Malaysia. All right, as this pandemic seems like will not end soon, I personally felt that it will be giving a big impact to businesses. Economic recession is coming. People are saving their money, as well as some businesses talking about massive retrenchment. All right. So let me just go through the floor here. Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Gavin. I'm the Chief Opportunity Creator. So that's why I think thank you, Yakub, for inviting us today to share about cloud. Right? I think cloud has been a passion for us for many years. And then I think AXO and also Yakub team has been very valuable partner to help out the community in this kind of challenging time.
Thanks for your invite, Yakub. So it's a pleasure to be here. So I'm a CTO for Cloudify.Asia. Today we focus a lot on helping partners to have cloud adoption. So hopefully I can answer some of your questions today. We're happy to look forward.
Thank you. Ryan?
Hi, thanks Yakut for having this initiative. I think my name is Ryan, so I'm taking care of the sales for partner and user in Cloudify.Asia. So hopefully we can have some good sharing today. Thanks.
All right, thanks team. So I will start off with the questions today to our leader, so-called managing director from Cloudify.Asia. Kevin, as a leader in a cloud fintech company, what do you think that will happen to cloud businesses, or maybe those providing cloud, or maybe the cloud technology itself in Malaysia after this pandemic or movement control order?
Hi, thanks Yakub. Thanks so much for inviting. So for me personally, I read through many reports, including consumer report, right? And also personal experience with many SMB and government agency throughout this particular time. So as one of the key cloud team in Malaysia, we feel that this particular situation will change even after a PKP or MCO. It means that the people we work, how we interact with each other, how we're going to meet our customers, how we're going to engage with government, right? And the rest of the item will change. And what does it mean? It means that we require more solutions such as cloud. Right, cloud is a very big word today, right? So whether today you are listening or from as a consumer or as a business, right? You are probably using one of the cloud services today, and the chances is that for moving today onwards, every day you'll be using more and more cloud services, right? So talk about basic business requirement from a cloud angle, right? I think first of all, you are using video conferencing, which previously you may not even try before, right? So these are the things that is required. So a lot of companies are adopting a cloud software solution into their business. So for example, POS system for the retail, Skype for business, even for government, for example, right? And so forth. So this is definitely where the cloud will shine, because the back infrastructure will be managed by people like AXO, right? They were able to provide the end-to-end services to you. So lastly, cloud in Malaysia definitely will be evolving and changing. It's not just about providing a set of infrastructure elsewhere in a data center, but it will provide business outcome to you. So you as a leader, right, not just IT guys, but the business owners, the CEO and the CFO will be using cloud in many ways to reach out to their customers, to improve the business expenses, and many things forward as well, right? So this is where we are very happy to partner with AXO to make sure that the cloud infrastructure and the right cloud is provided to our customers. Thank you.
Thanks, Gavin, for answering that questions. But I will come back to you on what kind of industry they're gonna use this cloud later. All right, in my second round of question. So, from the technical point of view, RK, all right, what happened? What's gonna happen if we don't shift now? And what are the consequences that we will face? The business owner will face in future.
Yeah, so that's a good question. From what we have been engaging with our customer for the past 3 weeks during MCO, right? From what I see, there is one conclusion. So a lot of people say that during pandemic, business are going to get worse. But there's another group of people also saying that when during this pandemic time, there's only create more needs of innovations. And innovations is the time like this will lead the business to have a competitive edge. So in the event of we don't act now or even plan now, right, the consequences we are looking forward is going to drag the business along, especially IT so used to be a cost center for business. But what we are trying to do here today is to make IT as pushing forward for business, to make business have more competitive edge, to make business have more differentiating creations compared to other competitors, right? So that is what we are looking at today. There's a couple of businesses owner that we are talking to, taking the steps forward to have this.
Okay. Can you share with us what is the so-called activities that you guys been doing for the past 3 weeks on this cloud transformation, or maybe during this pandemic?
Yeah, cool. So from my personal experience, that customer actually engaged us to adopt cloud as the fastest pace as they could, right? So just to give an example, over the last weekend, customer have one of the traditional model, 3-tier models, right, that's broke down. And even they have DR, they have backups ready, they just couldn't get it up and running. But what we and Microsoft collaborated and came in to help the customer. We created an app with native services, for example, logic app, functions, and even queue storage, right? We can set up a web page and application for them in a couple of hours. With that, we deployed it to a cloud native environment and we can get them up and running. So that's one of the things that we are helping customer to go through the transformations to keep them moving.
Cool. Thanks, RK. Keep doing that. All right.
Pleasure.
So coming back to Gavin, all right. So Gavin, let me just ask Ryan first, right? Ryan, as you are involved in social engagement, all right, you have been a so-called partner transformation leader. What are the challenges? What are the challenges that you face getting the clients adopting the cloud?
Okay, I think right now actually we are hearing a phrase saying that this pandemic actually accelerate the digital transformations. Ironically, I think in certain extent, I think I agree with it. I think during this MCO, I think humans physical movement actually restricted. So people are actually depending on technology to continue their life. So for example, even for entertainment perspective, from business activity perspective, we are all using technology, and this is all powered by cloud. For example, we're using Zoom. Zoom is actually powered by cloud as well. So, and all the convenience and services are available online. Certainly, during this MCO, you can see a lot of things you can buy online. So if let's say this were to using a traditional infrastructure and whatnot, I think it's not going to cope with the surge in the traffic.
Yes,
so
true.
You can see now this pandemic actually demonstrate that cloud has become essential in our modern world, in our life. Okay, so in overall, cloud is evolving rapidly. But I think, unfortunately, I think in terms of Malaysia landscape, right, I think the cloud adoption is still at a very slow but steady pace. So mainly the pace, the slow pace is because I think largely customers still prefer to have an on-prem architecture as well as an outsourcing business model. So this is why the cloud adoption is slow. So the particular challenges that I've been asked by customer is actually, for example, how secure is my data if I want to cloud, for example. So security is arguably always the biggest concern to client before they move to cloud. Another thing is actually the loss of control. If I move to third party, how do I have control over my data? If let's say a hard disk fail, how do I have assurance that it's being replaced for it? Things like that. And customers actually have a lot of paranoids and skeptics about how their data being managed and whatnot. Another biggest challenge is the skill and the talent the customer has. For bigger company, they always have a challenge to hire a right person with the cloud skill they actually manage for the cloud technology tools, for example. So, and to SME perspective, to add on this kind of cloud specialist in their team is very costly. So that's why they've been actually hesitate to move to cloud because of these kind of things. And lastly, will be on the performance. I always been asked about the performance. Hey Ryan, if I move to cloud, how is my performance? What is the uptime kind of things? So overall, all these changes, if you look at it, right, I think Malaysia's market, the mindset needs to be open. I think they need to be aware of how cloud can actually help them, not just own the hardware, example, not just that feel good to have a hardware on-prem, for example, but you have to look beyond that. What benefit the cloud actually can bring it to you? For example, the financial benefits, for the scalability, adaptability, and flexibility. So these are the things that customers need to start to look into it and open their mind to embrace it. Yeah,
Thanks, Ryan. All right. Okay, to Gavin, right? Based on what Ryan's mentioned, what do you think about how can cloud technology can help organizations save money, or maybe it by based on industry, like what Ryan mentioned, in terms of financial or maybe F&B or maybe media, right? So how can cloud technology can help this organization to save money during this pandemic?
Yeah, thanks, Yakub. So definitely as a cloud technology financing company, right, we always want to advise and tell people, whether in your daily life or whether it could be businesses, right, buy what you need. During MCO, there are people who rush to grocery stores and buy a lot of rice, right, a lot of toilet paper, right, but then they don't need such many toilet papers. So if you do not need such many toilet papers, right, even though it's not expensive, you don't have a place to put. And then the place to put will become a cost. Same goes with business. Do you want to buy a whole bunch of equipments that you are probably not going to use the full capacity, right? But you are buying because of the leasing program or because of the sizing that you are doing for 3 years or 5 years growth. Every year, we do not know the future. We do not know whether our business will go up, the oil price will go up or down, and stuff like that. And no one can predict the future. So why don't you buy the cloud services and the cloud requirement or your business requirement, what you need today, but ensure that the services and the productivity can be scaled whenever you need. That is the power of cloud. That is the power of consumption. So by doing that, customers will save, first of all, depreciation costs. For example, a hardware depreciation cost will be 20% every year in a book. So by doing that, you already reduce 20% per year, right? From an accounting angle, that is huge. Second thing is cash flow. Cash flow is definitely a very key important, right? After post MCO, because you still want to maintain your good talent, you want to pay the salary, you need to pay the renter, right? Some of people like us, we still have to pay our renter, right? So because of that, you want to make sure that first of all, you don't spend too much capex or too much cash into things that you are not using today, so that you are able to retain a good talent. So the good talent will bring in the more business and giving you the more innovation for the business to grow, right? And of course, lastly, is that you want to able to scale to capture the business. You do not want a business revenue loss, for example, right? So typical, we talk about e-commerce or maybe post-retail. So for example, recently I went to a retail store to buy a noodle nearby my house. Unfortunately, that particular noodles shop only has one staff to take order and one staff to cook. During lunchtime, there are a couple of people for us waiting there. right? Because he's cooking behind the kitchen, no one is taking the order, and 3 of the customers left within 2 to 3 minutes. So basically, you open the shop, but you lost business revenue during the critical time. So in cloud, okay, we provide the best cloud solution for you based on your business requirement, and whenever customer demands spike, whether it could be through website, whether it could be mobile app, whether it could be any particular cloud application system, right? You're able to scale according to your requirement, and then you do not have any business revenue loss. So that is how you save the money through this 3 points. Back to you, Yakub.
All right, thanks, Gavin. Very, very point. All right, we understand the beauty of the cloud is to use to pay on what you use instead of investing a capex, a huge capex into the hardware and also the software, right? All right, so great point. Thanks, Gavin. So just now, Ryan mentioned about clients are asking about the performance and everything, right? So back to technical question, Mr. RK. All right, what do you want to say about those clients or those prospects that are asking in terms of performance when we move to the cloud? All right, what are the accessibility, security, those kind of things, right? So from technical point of view, what is your advice? What is your point over there?
Yeah, so Ryan has outlined a very good point, right? What is the challenges we have today as fellow Malaysians to move to cloud, right? So as we all know, that cloud adoption always been a slower pace for the Malaysian, right? Especially being a small business or government agency that have data sovereignty issues. So like roughly what Ryan has mentioned, you know, they want to have their controls over the data, they want to have understanding of the performance, and so on and so forth. So from our standpoint, how to overcome the challenges today is plan now. That's the least you can do at the current moment, right? Everybody is work from home, everybody can't go anywhere. But this is the best time for you to sit down and think what is best for your business and plan ahead, right? So how do we work together with our customer and partner today to plan ahead? So a lot of time we have classes, a webinar on what is the benefit of the cloud. So customer have to go through the session together and understand the real benefit of cloud that can bring to them. With the benefit, they have to believe that, right? For example, you go to the doctor, you have to believe the doctor that will cure you, then you will most higher chancing to get cured, right? So adopting the cloud is also the same. We advise customer that to work together and see what is their business needs today and the immediate needs. For example, to enabling their customer to work from home today, or to enable their core critical apps to be accessible by their workers. So these immediate needs is where we can address and plan out together with them how we're going to do some cloud adoption today. So obviously there is a couple of different concerns as well, right? When they move to it, what security you can give it to me, what is the uptime you can give it to me, and so on and so forth. So that's where we will leveraging on a couple of technologies to help us to achieve that from a security standpoint and also from availability standpoint, right? So most of the time we have today, currently, the technologies that are quite matured in a public cloud standpoint perspective. So the finance spec SLA is available from public cloud perspective, and a lot of security certification like ISO, PCI DSS. These are some of the things will help to strengthen the trust and the belief in the customer as well, right? So these can be taken care of. And as well as a lot of customers will have concern in terms of cost. So cost is a place that we can work together with them and show them the end-to-end cost realization benefit. So from the availability down to the security pay per use, as what Kevin mentioned, right? And down to cost optimization in terms of upsize and downsize their workload based on the actual needs of what they need at the point in time, right? So those are the cost optimization we can work out to customers to help them to realize the benefit, right? So as well as that, there is chances you can get the grant from government, right, from MDEC perspective, so they can co-invest in your cloud resources investment today. That will also help out quite a lot, right? And if customers believe in the cloud adoptions, and that's where the migration effort will come in as well. So migration efforts, there is a lot of partners available today. I believe in the current pandemic, everybody would like to help everybody out. So partners today are quite ready to assist in terms of the cloud adoption, either to being a credit wave, right? For example, migrate now and pay later, or deferment of payments, or even do minimal charges on the migration effort. That's where I believe we can help each other out and the business to move forward in this tough time together. Right? I hope that answers some of the concern.
Yes. Thanks, RK.
Cool.
Right. We do aware that partners like, let's say, for example, a public cloud provider or even the local cloud provider, they are doing some promotion, free resources maybe, or maybe
Cool.
free migration. All right. So in terms of services, right? Do you think? I open the question to everyone. So do you think that that kind of approach will help customers to migrate or adopt to the cloud fast?
Right. So maybe I answer partial of the questions. So I do see that by doing some co-investment, right, will definitely accelerate the cloud adoptions. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned, customer has to believe that the cloud technology can help them ultimately. So help them in the sense of technical, help them in the sense of making business forward. If yes, then they feel free to take up the assistance from any of the partner.
All right, thanks. Okay. So
I think I add on to what Ake just mentions. I think if you look at the Malaysia cloud market, there are actually two flavors. One is SMB. Usually they go for public cloud because their VM is not so much and their requirement not so rigid. And another one is more enterprise, where they more towards hybrid cloud adoptions, because of they want to make sure to meet the security perspective, the compliance and whatnot. So when we talk about promotions, yes, I think it will actually appeal to those SME which currently they are struggling, but they still need to survive to keep the business running. So upfront cost will be an issue to them if, let's say, they need to pay upfront a large sum of capital. But in terms of go for enterprise, I think enterprise so far, for the few of the customers they have talked to, their project is still ongoing. Although MCO is in place, but they say so far their project is ongoing. And then they don't really, so far, the cost is not the one that comes first. You compare to SMB, cheaper price, they will go for it. But enterprise will actually, they have more concerns. Example, how do they manage the hybrid cloud, for example? How do they, what is the cloud strategy they need to adopt? So these are the things that a lot of customers, even enterprise, they do not have the answer. That's why the adoption is quite slow. So that's why they need to more have a training and also to skill their employee to better manage on in terms of cloud adoptions. So that's my view.
So you think those training, so-called awareness to the IT team will help them to adopt the cloud faster?
Definitely, because I think if, let's say, you have your, it's very straightforward. If, let's say, a family tell you that, this can be worked, so you feel more confident compared to other people that tell you. If we were going to tell that this can be worked, maybe you still have some level of hesitation. But if, let's say, your employee they're able to support what you say, for example, then the customer will have more confidence to actually go for cloud adoptions, because the management will know that their staff able to manage when they move cloud, they move their workload to cloud eventually.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Ryan. Do you want to add on anything, Gavin, on that point?
Yeah, so I think that is definitely fantastic, and that's the reason why partnering with our partner like AXO, right, our close partner, we're extending a fund from our side, RM 5 million ringgit fund through Prihatin Cloud Assistance Fund for our customers to start the cloud journey. So basically pay zero when you're starting the journey, right? So we have opened up the application for our customers to apply through our partners, so that we hope that people, business owners, they are required to use cloud for the next business opportunity, to consider these particular funds so that they were able to move on. So we as a company, we are not sitting here just to give you discount, okay, and free stuff, but we want to embark a journey together where people like AXO will guide you through, right, to make sure that the application, to make sure that the security mentioned, whichever cloud model or even migration will be done smoothly. And the reason is because if you success, we are successful. That is the same thing. So together, we hope we're going to go through this as a country, kita jaga kita, to make sure that as a Malaysia, as SME, or whoever's listening to this video, we're going to grow together. We're going to become stronger after this particular pandemic. Thank you, Yaakob.
Alright, hashtag kita jaga kita. Alright, so I think we are 30 minutes or over 30 minutes video. Alright, so let's call an end to this call, alright, by a simple conclusion from everybody. Alright, I'm going to start with Kevin, maybe.
Yeah, the conclusion is that cloud is the right foundation for your business growth, right? So regardless what is your business industry today, right, will be impacted by COVID-19, and you need something to jump forward and step forward. And of course, through our partners and through the cloud foundation, right, you're able to embark on digital transformation with minimum cost possible. That is for me.
Thanks, Kevin. RK?
Yeah, so I just want to reiterate, from technical standpoint, right, plans today and start to see where is the pinpoint of your business, especially from IT perspective. If there's anything we can help out in terms of cloud migration, in terms of assessment, or in terms of even what Gavin mentioned, fund assistant, right? We will be more happy to help you with together with our close partner AXO.
I think I think customer has to understand that whether you want to jump on the bandwagon of cloud or not. I think eventually there's a trend. I think this is a trend now as everyone is talking about digital transformations. So whether you have worries and whatnot, for example, just to highlight, like I said just now, security is arguably the biggest concern for customer. But you think about it, whether it's on-prem or to the cloud, security always a concern. But you look at how public cloud like Microsoft investing billions of dollars just to make sure the security, the data security and the compliance is met. I think eventually moving to cloud is more safer than putting on-prem. So this is my point.
Exactly. Thanks. So
and also, sorry, I think I need to say kudos to AXO and Yaakob for the initiative having this kind of sharing. And also, I think AXO has done a good initiative by offering, by helping the customer during this pandemic by offering a free 6 months kind of things. I think that's very good initiative.
Thank you, presence here. We do believe that with this video we can help the community or the business owner to adopt to the cloud during this pandemic session. All right. So thanks, team. Have a good day. All right.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Pleasure is mine.
Stay safe. Kita jaga kita.
Yep.